Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ian over at Road to Freedom RV Rentals. I wanted to touch base with you guys regarding Wi-Fi in your campers. So both my wife and I, outside of the camper rental business, we both have jobs where we work from home. So when we want to travel, and we do love to travel a lot, we have to have Wi-Fi on the go. So we have to be able to access our work from wherever we're at. And we wanted to try to find a reliable source. There's a lot of stuff out there in the RV market, like Winegard, and I think Kong is another one out there. But what we had found that was super successful, and actually we stumbled across it because when we recently moved, there was no internet service at the house we had bought. So we had to wait for a line to get dug from one of the major cable providers and internet providers out here. And we didn't have any time. We didn't think ahead. We had to remodel the entire house. So it was more or less get the house done and get moved in time. And then worry about, TV service and internet service and all that. So we had to get something because we both work from home. We couldn't take any more time off of our jobs. So what we had to do is we went and found T-Mobile 5G internet service, which is great. And it is literally just this. So we had decided that, we would take this on our road trip to South Dakota this year. So this past June, my family and I had traveled from Southeast Michigan, which is where we are located, out to the Badlands of South Dakota. So during that trip, we still had to work. I do mortgages for a living. My wife is in the appraisal business. So there's no time for us to take off, right? So if I have a loan in process, I can't just stop everything and go on vacation. I have to continue to work that file. So we needed to find something that was reliable, and we had used this thing at our house for the first couple really months before we got a line buried from our cable provider. And they were able to just offer us some better speeds. We also have 4 boys that have a ton of cell phones and game equipment and everything else. So this thing just wasn't gonna, really cut it for in-house use, right? With all the devices that are connected to it and us having Zoom meetings and everything else. But this thing worked great when it came to being on the road. So it's pretty simple. It just simply plugs in. There's one cord that runs out the back here, plugs into a standard outlet, and it runs off of T-Mobile cell phone service. So while the only challenge then is if you're in an area that doesn't have good cell coverage, you're gonna have a weak signal. But all of those other providers out there that I had found, such as like Winegard and things like that, they all work off of like a hotspot. And that's essentially what this is just a big mobile hotspot. You don't have to have a T-Mobile account. Our phones are not with T-Mobile. We don't have anything with T-Mobile except for we purchased this unit. And what was really cool about it is this unit didn't have a cost. All we have to pay is $50 a month for the service. They sent us the router. We didn't have to buy it. We didn't have to pay hundreds of dollars up front for the router. So we bought the service. It's cancel anytime, and it's $50 a month. So we've actually kept it for the use when we go on camping trips, mainly for that, as well as if we have internet service that goes down because our main provider here loses signal or what have you. Everything now is then going to switch over to this unit. So it's really, really cool. It can go right inside your RV. You don't have to mount it to the roof or anything like that. So it's accessible. You can move it to different windows. You can place it where you want. There's not a crazy amount of wires that you got to run through your camper or anything like that. And we actually had great service throughout our whole trip. And we stayed in Illinois for a night going out there and a night coming back. We stayed in Minnesota for a night. We stayed in Mitchell, South Dakota, and then we made it all the way out to the Black Hills. And we even stayed in Iowa. So we were in some pretty rural areas. There wasn't hardly anything around us, and we still got enough service where I was able to do all of my work on the road. My wife was able to do all of her work on the road, and we even had it for nighttime if the kids wanted to play on their phones or whatnot. It's also really cool is that the screen is built right in to kind of track how everything looks. And as you can tell, it's not plugged in right now and it still works. So it actually has an internal battery that it will run off of as well. So even if you happen to lose power and your router at home isn't working because, you don't have power, this thing's got an internal battery to help hold you over for that time. So really, really cool, guys. I would definitely suggest this if you are going out there in the market and buying an RV, or you're camping, or maybe you live. I know a lot of people nowadays with the working from home thing, people are traveling, just traveling the country, and they need good, reliable service. I have been super happy with this. I would highly recommend it. It's affordable compared to what I see out there. And like I said, we had great success with it, traveling pretty much halfway across this country and back. So again, guys, please like and subscribe our channel. We would love for you to follow along on our journey, and we hope you start your journey with Road to Freedom RV camper rentals in the future. So let me know if there's any questions. Comment below if you guys have a different solution to Wi-Fi in the RV life, but love to hear from you. Thanks so much.